Good morning, everybody. If you love God, love people, and love real estate, you're in the right place. My name is Mr. Derek Forston. I represent Second Chance Housing, but also Forston Consultants, where me and my family, we go all over the world showing people how to take folks from homeless to hopeful in a shared living environment. And we are the trademark owners of independent living facilities. So if you love God, love people, and love real estate, you're in the right place. Beautiful, who are you?
Listen, everybody, I am Shania Shea Forston, president and founder of the Angela Denise Foundation, co-founder here at Forston Consultants, where we take people, again, from homeless to hopeful. Doing this through a 501c3 nonprofit organization model. Super excited to be here. We got some fun stuff to talk about. As you see, the title's talking about what is DFS. But before we get to that, we want to let you know all about the independent living facility model. So, Derek, go ahead and introduce them to the independent living facility model for those that don't know us,
absolutely,
that are new to us, and may just be interested in knowing what the heck are we talking about.
Absolutely. So, first of all, also, again, just thank y'all so much for being here, because you guys have a lot of choices of where you could be, and y'all chose to be here. So we super appreciate that. We've been getting a lot of new people from all over, right? And our coaching right now is in 39 states out of the 50. So the model in which we teach, which is the independent living facility model, it works in all 50 states. We're just blessed enough to have coaching clients in 39 out of the 50. I always like to find out if there's somebody in here that's somewhere where we haven't launched somebody. Now, not saying that people don't join this channel and watch it and watch for free and get started. But we count it, meaning that if somebody's under our coaching, they pay for the mentorship. That's kind of how we count those states, because I can imagine our coaching is probably in all 50 states just from people that join in and watch it. Let me know what city and state. So again, like a lot of you guys are like close in proximity, but again, no matter where you live at, and just because I never want to just take for granted everybody knows who we are and what we do, really quickly. My name is Derek Forston. Many years ago, lucky for y'all, I was a social worker, begging God to get into this. And really fast, watch me go through this story. I saw a lady making 41 grand a month, housing people in rats and roaches. And it was always my dream to start what I thought was a group home. But what I've learned is that a group home's got a lot of red tape and a lot of hula hoops to jump through to get in it. And I'll admit, that's got a place for it too, but that's just not my model. I'm more of a right now kind of guy. I don't know if that's just kind of my makeup. I'm not crazy about what sign you are and all that, but I am a Scorpio. And I heard that Scorpios like things now, are impatient. And I don't know if that fits, but I'm kind of like that. I'm a right now guy. So what I call the ILF model, it's the right now model. The group home model, the IDD, all of those other models, the ALF, those takes months and sometimes years to get them up and running to become profitable. But with an ILF, I can go and rent a house tomorrow. Go on social media, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Threads, Snapchat, and YouTube, and run this big mouth and tell people, hey, guys, if you're a social worker or a case manager, give me a call. We got clean, affordable housing, and I want to help you and your clients to a better path. Guys, like, to me, that's not rocket science. The rocket science is coming inside of it once you get started, especially if you've never ran a business. Because quite frankly, 90% of people we run into have never ran a business, just period. Most people hear this and say, oh my God, I can do God's will, make a bunch of money and be involved in real estate. Sign me up. Yep. God, that was me 19 years ago. I saw a lady making 41 grand housing people in roaches and in rats. And I said, oh my goodness, mistreating people. She's making 41 grand a month as I was making 28 grand a year as a social worker. So I said to him, real fast, Anthony, I said, like, this is going to be a no-brainer. Yeah. If that lady can mistreat people and do it the wrong way and make 40 grand, can you imagine what my life going to be like when I treat God's people with dignity? Can you imagine what God going to view me as? Because God loved that same lady just like she loved me. But I would like to think he's a little disappointed in how she's doing that. Right. Yeah. So these are God's people, and one day we're going to be held accountable for how we treated them. So really simple, saw a lady doing it wrong. Got into it myself because nobody would teach me. Made a bunch of mistakes, went through bumps and bruises, $40,000 lawsuit, made the Channel 8 news in the wrong way. Yep. When we make the news today, now they're celebrating the great work that we're doing. But back in the day, this guy, me, like, because I just didn't know what I was doing. I had a good heart trying to help people, not like the lady in rats and roaches. That's mistreating people. I just didn't know what I was doing, which led me to making dumb decisions, bad mistakes, and me being on the Channel 8 News. So really quickly again, all we're discussing is independent living facilities where you can rent or lease a property. Now, if you can buy a property, God bless you. You'll be in the top 3% of people that I coach. 97% of people that come to Shay and I, y'all can't go buy no property. Neither could I. So Shay and I rented properties for years doing this until one day you graduate from renting and leasing to ownership. Big shout out to Miss Fee Rickards. I posted on my page today. Miss Fee is one of those people that she like to buy property. She's not going to do a bunch of leasing and renting, right? She started that way, but just because of her background, how she grew up, her family, Fee was like, Derek, I'm going to tell you now, bro, like, I'm not going to be one of these people that's going to be renting these places. Like, I want to buy and I want ownership. Great. If you fit that model, God bless you. But if not, most of y'all going to be just like me. You make under 30 grand a year. You're trying to change your life and you're trying to change your city. And this right here, guys, this affordable housing, and that's why we also call it a ministry. Not because I'm a pastor or a bishop. It's just that God's involved in it because we love God and real estate and we just mix it together. Right. Remember, the Bible says the poor and needy will always be among us. The Bible also says that when you do unto the least of thee, this population, the poor, the marginalized, God said it's like you're doing a favor unto him. So that's the cool part about being in this. So already I'm done with this story. And normally I take 2 hours to tell that. But very simple. Saw a lady doing it the wrong way, making 41 grand. I said, ooh, that'd be cool to get into. Got into it with no coaching, no training, made a bunch of mistakes. But today, God put me on assignment that said, Derek, you go out and teach this to other people. Because most people ain't going to do it like you, Derek, and neither are they going to be willing to teach it. Yeah. Derek, if you go out and spew this out to the world, I'll bless the socks off of your feet. So pretty much what I did, I came in partnership, a covenant with God. I said, God, I'll go all over the world teaching this, and I'll never take any credit. I'll tell the people it's you. I'll tell them the story about what I saw, but I'll tell the people the base of this is God's love and real estate mixed together in a blender, and we pour it all over our city. So far, what you've heard, that you would want to get into something like this. Love God, love people, love real estate, love community, but also make enough money to feed your family with providing a need to your community, which needs it. Now, to us, that's independent living. And watch me give an example of what independent is, and I'm going to give it over to Shay, because Shay does this a little bit different than I do. We stay in the same house. I'm married to her, but we do it a little bit different in terms of how we're structured. So, and if you're taking notes, I want you to write this down because we also got a special guest today that I'm going to be bringing up to talk about what happens when you first get into this and you're starting to build those relationships, especially when you know nothing about this, but you're getting the coaching. This special guest now, if I put you guys in a room with a camera to spy on this young lady as she's doing this, y'all will think she's been with us for a long time.
And that's not the case.
But it's not the case. It's that she has the coaching. Yeah. And when you got a big brother in your back pocket, especially when he can attend the meetings with you, mwah, ding, 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 ding. Yeah. Now it's like you hit the jackpot. So if you're taking notes and I'm giving it to Shay, love God, love people, love real estate. And I love it because so many of y'all gave us so many great Google reviews, and about 10 of y'all said, Derek, I love that thing that you said about love God, love people, and love. It said, Derek, I'm stealing this one, and I'm telling you, have it. Exactly. Because that's what we live about. Like, love God, love people, love real estate. But watch this. There's another part to it that says, do God's will, help people, be respected by your community while you're doing it. And my prayer that you make enough money to feed your family. Those are the 4 elements that we stand for. Now, I want Shay to take it because I want Shay to talk about how does she do it. And then I'm going to bring on our special guest, Miss T, so that we can talk about once you get into this, how do you start building relationships to become that preferred vendor in your city? Correct. Sometimes even before you get the dadgum house. Shay, take it over.
So Derek, I do this exactly like
thanks for my tea, Shay.
You're welcome. I do it just like how you do it, right? The only difference between the two of us is that I have a 501c3 nonprofit. So I am a nonprofit organization that not only does the housing aspect of things, I do have other programs So like prime example, some of our ILF family are taking advantage of our Thanksgiving meal program, where we'll be supplying their ILFs with meals for Thanksgiving. So there's other things that I get to do with the help of donors, with the help of grants, with the help of just other community partners. So not only is the housing aspect, the difference, I would say, is the fact that I can't just go willy-nilly with my plan. You hear me? Shay doesn't have a plan in this. It is our organization's plan, our organization's mission, and we have to come together. My board of directors come together, and we decide on things like what's the cost per bed. Where are the fees going to go once we receive them? What are we using that money for? Any excess? So a lot of times, it's the direction of the nonprofit, it's the direction of the housing, what we're going to do. It's usually it's a group initiative.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? I can found it. I can be the founder of it, but ultimately it's a group collaborative that comes together, and we make the decisions on how we can best affect and help our community, impact our community. So that's literally the only difference in what you do. Like I said, I can't just go in the wallet and say, I'm going to do this, right? We having a conversation coming up with our accountant about, how can we offset some tax liability, some liabilities, not liabilities, some of our taxes, right? So the conversation with that accountant was, you can't do this from the Angela Denise Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I know that. I was never thinking to do that, right? If I'm going to do that so the whole goal is to get a vehicle, another vehicle, a larger vehicle, so that we can do a lot of what we do. Right. On the day-to-day. I drive a smaller car. Derek has a truck. So it's like, you know what? There are times I want to take the ladies out and do different things. There are times like this week, SNAP benefits. None of our residents got their SNAP benefits until yesterday. So guess what we did? We loaded up my car as full as we could.
Full of chicken.
Yeah, food, like so that they can have meals. So again, it's getting a vehicle, blah, blah, blah. I can't do that with the Angela Denise Foundation's funds and just call my accountant and say, hey, the Angela Denise Foundation needs a vehicle. We want to spend X amount of dollars. Give me your blessing. It doesn't work like that. I have to literally go before my board of directors. We have to look at our finances along with our accountant and see if it's a feasible thing. Or I can go to car dealerships in the community and write them a vision, my mission, my why, and see if anybody's willing to donate a vehicle. Mm-hmm. Or take a substantial amount of money off of the cost of the vehicle and hand it over to us, for a discounted fee. So those are things that I can do from the 501c3 perspective, but you won't be able to do that. Like you can't just walk into a dealership and say, hey, I have a nonprofit. I would like to sit down and talk to you about some of the things that we're looking for, and we would love to partner with you all and maybe, get a vehicle in the process, right? So those are some of the things that you can do. And I mean, I can do and you can't. So again, housing, exactly the same, right? I can rent, I can purchase, I can do all of that. Not I, but we can as an organization. We can do all of that. We can run our ILFs the exact same way, but when it comes to the allocation of funds, they have to go where they are stated to go, and it has to be documented. Okay. So I hope that helps somebody.
Good stuff. So if you're in TikTok, come over to YouTube. And when you join us at YouTube, let me know that you came from TikTok so that I can shout you out. And that's called Forston Consultants. Y'all come to the YouTube channel. That way you can see all of these slides that I'm getting ready to show you. Because I also want you guys to hear the special guest. And if you're on TikTok or anywhere else, you won't be able to hear Miss T. T, real quickly.
Hey, how are you?
You tell everybody what your name is and the name of your program. At the same time, I'm going to ask for a mic check to make sure that everybody can hear T. So T, your name, where you're located, and what's the name of this program that you literally just built because you met me like 2 days ago.
So my name is T. Sims. I'm located in the Baltimore, Maryland area, and my company is called New Star Solutions.
I kept seeing people mention Baltimore. So I just want to show you somebody that literally, guys, and I'm joking, it wasn't 2 days ago, but literally T is very new to us, like super new, but somebody that's kind of been looking for this and jumped right into the coaching. So what we're getting ready to talk about today is building relationships. I know that today's title says, what is DFS? And for a lot of y'all, remember, Shay is giving y'all kind of a master overview of what that is. But more importantly, I want you guys to hear from somebody that's really new to us of what it looks like to build relationships while under the coaching. It's one thing to get that portal and all the DIY stuff and the paperwork and my recorded coaching. It's great. People get it and they brag about it. They love it. But it's nothing like having a coach. So T, let's do a back and forth. T, when did you come into us in terms like when did you find us and when was your first coaching? And was you looking for this or did it just slap you in the face?
So it's been back a month and maybe a week or two now. I've been with you guys. I was looking on YouTube and I found you guys. One thing that drew me to you guys is because, like you're saying, you can make an impact in the community. And a lot of people don't know I'm a contractor for the federal government. So I'm always, looking for something because any minute I can be laid off, any minute that contract can be gone. So I want something that I can work harder on my business than somewhere else. So when I found you guys, I was like, yes, this is it.
Good stuff. Gosh, you mentioned something about government contracted, and a lot of you guys, luckily now, I think that thing's over, right? Now, in terms of the SNAP benefits, like I literally recorded one of my guys because he was so excited that he got it back. So is the government shutdown over? Perfect. They're saying it's over. But look at what T said, though. In these last 2 weeks, you won't believe how our discovery calls went through the roof. And a lot of those people, 45%, that's usually unusual, they were government workers, people that were afraid of what was going to happen. And it was also some people that the light bulb came on for them and said, you know what? I need to get me a backup plan because this government thing and my job isn't guaranteed. And if you came to my masterclass, can somebody tell me kind of what the theme was? What was my first slide? Your job isn't guaranteed, but the need for housing is. So back on UT, you've told the people how long you've been around us. Talk about now in terms of because T, you're somebody that went through the coaching kind of, I'm going to say fast in terms of the material. And you had me on Zoom calls and phone calls with you like in your first week of picking up the phone. Tell people what does that look like? How did that start? And how did you get me on the phone? Like, why was I there?
I know in your coaching, you said, hey, we got to make contacts with these organizations. We got to put ourselves out there so they know who we are. So I was like, okay, let me pick up the phone and let me start calling. So I will call and say, hey, I have affordable housing. And they're like, sure. Can we set up a meeting? And I'm like, a meeting? Sure. So being new, I don't know exactly what to say, how to say it. So, because I'm on their coaching, I called you and said, hey, can you be on this meeting with me? So, that just made me feel relieved because if I say the wrong thing, if I, don't know what to say, you're there for my backup.
Now, I want to tell y'all a secret, right? So we're all family here. In how this works, and again, she's moving so fast through the coaching, she hadn't even got to the point of where the coaching starts to say, now, T, of course I can be there, but T, I want you to actually do it. I'm going to coach you. Now, if you're shaking in your boots and you got a meeting, I'm going to do it. But T, I want to teach you. Y'all, T didn't even get to that point. She said, Derek, got to meet Monday. You coming? And because I do offer that, I say, absolutely. But who am I? So T, can you tell the people, first of all, again, where do you live? Where do I live? And tell the people, who do you tell me I was going to be on this call?
Okay. So I'm in Baltimore, Maryland, and you're in Florida. So introducing you to these organizations, I say you're my program manager and I'm the program director. And I just try to edify you so they'll say, okay, this guy knows who he's talking about. So he's been in the industry for over 9 years. He's an expert in his field. So just letting them know, okay, this is somebody you need to listen to when I pass the ball over to you.
And she's having so many meetings, guys, so fast that like the first meeting, she's like, Derek, I ain't doing no talking, bro. You take it over. I'm going to sit back and take notes.
Hold on real quick. So we actually had to join us via phone call. So for those that missed that was a couple, like, what was that, a week and some change ago? We had T join us on a Monday or a Tuesday night, where she joined us via phone call and discussed that first meeting. but it has evolved since then. I think I had an appointment. Derek had to dip out on on my appointment, and he met with T again. Yeah. So talk about,
because that was coming up next. Yep.
Right. Yeah. So go ahead. So I just wanted to give people some background. So T, you did hear from T and her experience from her first meeting.
That set this meeting up.
That set up a whole nother set of meetings. So go ahead, Derek. I'm sorry. I just wanted to clarify that.
So again, just in that coaching, guys, I teach you all what to say because I know already what everybody's going to ask you, right? It's no big secret. Everybody's going to ask you where it is, how much it costs, and how fast can I get Tyrone in. But if you don't know what to say, and then she's sprinkling in some other things that T was like, Derek, I'm glad you're there because I wouldn't know what to say, right? So the first call, she took a lot of notes. The second call, I think we did another one. The third one, I say, T, hold it. I say, now this one, T, if you're not extremely scared, you've heard me do this. And I say, let me help you relax a little bit. T, this is not something to be nervous about, actually. They want to hear from you. The providers, I said, now, T, I'll admit, when you start talking to the actual clients, the tenants, the guy that found your number behind the donuts in Walmart, that's the one where you're going to probably really need me. But the providers, they're like this. Tell me more. Tell me more. Oh, my God, this is great. So they want you. It's kind of like approaching a monkey with a handful of bananas. They want it. It's not hard to sell that, right? It's like coming to you guys as humans, and I got a bundle full of cash. Yeah. It's not hard to make y'all be nice to me and eat right out of my hands. All right, ladies and gentlemen. And with that being said, we're going to close you guys out. Don't forget that procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to do. And most people, you can say ouch, or you can say amen. But procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God will give you more time for something he's already told you to act on. And for most of y'all, it's to help people and get involved in real estate. And with that being said, here's my short prayer for today. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all you can ever ask or think, according to God's power that worketh in us. You guys be great. Text the word yes, and it's going to be live. If you want to take that class with Shay to learn about this system, text the word yes to 407-326-0086. T, you have a beautiful day, sis, and we'll see you soon too.